Yes, Kamasa Studio is gonna pop up for a little while. There's a Noctil under there. Or not a Noctil, there's a Noble Hierarch under there. Oh, colors in Delver. We did it, guys. We did it. I didn't even have to wait that long. I didn't even have to do very many rounds to get that in there. All right. So yeah, the studio is gonna pop up again, by the way, because I'm just trying to rush these out here. Do it. Shh, go away. All right. Got ourselves a white source. Well, no, we gotta go for white red or white green. Either one would have been fine. They do life, yes. We kind of forced our hand because of this Keswick Wolfron. But we should theoretically be able to race. He can bolt our... maybe I should have put out the Pride Mage instead, because that would have been better to get bolted. But, you know, high risk, high reward is what we're going to try to do here. High risk, high reward. He didn't evolve, so that's actually pretty good. Pretty good for us. Thought Scour, that doesn't change. Oh, no, Goyf is not going to die to a bolt. If you're going to bolt, you should have bolted prior. If he has the bolt, feel salty. Scoos! Scoos is great in this matchup. It's like, Scoos, buddy! Hey, man! How are you doing? I'm going to put Scoos out there right away, by the way. If you want to know what I'm about to do. Scoos is actually going out right away. Yes, Scoos can get bolted. But no Hierarch is or I'm sorry, the Noctil's more likely to get bolted if he had a bolt. Also, he probably would have bolted Tarmogoyf if he had a bolt, to be honest. So we'll put out the Scoos. We're gonna eat his thoughts. Oh, yeah, let's eat his Delver, or his. Actually, let's eat his Anglerfish, so that way he can't K command it back into play. No, I was gonna eat his Thought Scour. Was what I was gonna do, mainly because I don't want him to be able to snap put this back into play. But you know what? If I draw a land, I can pretty much clean up his graveyard anyways. That's what Scoos' job is, by the way, in this matchup. Not a beatdown, although it can beat down. You want to see if you can get it out of bolt range, but if you can't, it doesn't matter as long as you can eat their entire graveyard. They run a low land count. They can't cast Angler without that. Sleight of hand seems fine. He might be looking for a bolt. Even if he does look for a bolt, I can still eat up his graveyard. After attacks, of course. He might be looking for land. I don't know. Anytime I see them start... Yeah, that was a pretty quick one. Anytime I see them start searching their library, it's pretty much a good thing for you. Because we're going to swing here for a crap ton of damage, even if he deals with the Scavenging Ooze, and we just win this race. Let's draw a card, see what it was. Forest. Yeah, we would have just eaten his entire graveyard if the Scavenging Ooze lived. Go to sideboarding! Woo! What do we bring in? So, we're bringing the Jarakas command, probably. Oh, come on, MTGO, don't do this. I kind of want to put it separate. We don't know if we bring in the Bonfire yet. We don't know what he's got. We bring the Scavenging Ooze. We probably bring the Thalias as well, because that's what he uses to fill up his graveyard. I'm not going to bring in the Magnus. Ain't got no reason to. We could bring in the Bonfire, theoretically. Although I'm itching to try this Lumen Shaman out. I'm going to try the Lumen Shaman. Lumen Shaman's mostly for the control games, but anything that requires heavily on its graveyard, Lumen Shaman's actually that hidden tech that people forget about. Plus, it's an animal. Look, see, it's got animalness to it, and there's some dead animals, I think. What do we take out? take out Pride Mage. Pride Mage, not so great here. And this is one of those weird things. Against Delvers specifically, I take out Noctills. And this seems fine. I take out Noctills because they get bolted. Noble Hierarch can get bolted, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Plus, Noble Hierarch, if it manages, like, anytime a Delver players are generally not likely, especially after they see a Noctill, to bolt a Hierarch or a, well, I don't have Pride Mages in there, but not bolt a Hierarch or a Pride Mage because they feel bad about it. They feel like it's bad value when it's actually not. But yeah, this just lowers the chance of that happening. Because mostly they're going to rely on removal, and we're just going to be the bigger deck and just eat them. Have bigger blockers, have 1-for-1 removal, yeah, a little bit more mid-rangey, but really all we're doing is taking out our ability to die from Bolt and replacing it with cards that do not utterly die to Bolt. Like Thalia doesn't utterly die to Bolt. Yeah, we gotta mold this. I mulliganed back there too. I know the camera wasn't recording, but that was with one mull. Sure, we'll keep it. This is a very removal heavy hand. The hope is that we don't get anglered out here. All right. Depending on what do we draw here. Depending on what we draw, we bolt. We start with a bolt then. This cements that we start with the bolt. And we do it now. We use a bolt at sorcery speed because we don't want him to have any counterspells. You know? So go for the Stomping Ground. Not like we need the Path to Exile mana right now. Basically, we can't let him start winning the race. That's not something we can do. Plus, it pumps our Goyf up to above Bolt level. Well, our Goyf is now super above Bolt level. I used to have names for these Goyfs. I just only remember Squire Goyf. I think I've got more names other than that. Goyf is showing off why he's like $100 card. What is he now? $200? Something ridiculous like that. Ghost Quarter, huh? Him Ghost Quartering me could actually be a serious problem. I'd have to crack this for another Stomping Ground and then put out the Noble Hierarch. Actually, no, it wouldn't have been a problem. Wouldn't have been a problem. Not gonna show this off though. No reason to. Is he got okay. Thank you. I don't know why you did that, but thank you. You are helping me right now. I don't know if you knew that. Because what you're going to do here is I'm going to use its ability. I'm going to grab myself a forest. I'm going to use this. I'm going to grab myself a Sacred Foundry. And you are allowing me to cast my Noble Hierarch and my Tarmogoyf. Sacred Foundry. Yes. Let's go for the Tarmogoyf. See if that hits. Could get spell snared. Alright, does not. Noble Hierarch. Thank you. I don't have to worry about mana. You're sweet. You're a sweetie boo. Yes, unbeknownst to common belief, Ghost Quarter does not, in fact, stop the mana. What happened? Bitter Blossom. Look at these people rocking these things that are feeding my Goyf. Thank you. My Goyf is now so powerful that it defies Dubolts. This deck is just stupidly good against Delver. Aside from him making a dumb mistake by killing off my land. I mean, I guess he thought in hand that I probably didn't have any mana fixing, but he saw that I had Noble Hierarch and that I could probably grab this. This deck is incredibly good against Delver. Sure, terminate all my Tarmogoyf seems perfectly fine. I'll just cast yet another one. And I'll even swing for one. You've helped me so much with all of your thought scouring that I can do that. So this guy kills fishies on his own, which is cool. Yep, we win. Simple as that. Yeah, I'm sure he just didn't have any like removal for Goy. If he could put down an anglerfish, but we would have pathed it. Swung for 7, brought his life total down to 4. Draw a card. Where we would have been at 4. We could have put out a bolt and still put out the Noctowl. Ooh, in the next turn we would have killed him. Jamaka's Command, anything he plays to block. Yeah, it's Jamaka's Command is so good. Alright, so I have won every game with this deck that I've played so far. And that's worth remembering. I wouldn't change anything. The deck's solid. I haven't really tested out Lumen Shaman yet. It's a one-of, so I don't know. But aside from that, the deck's solid. This is where you want to be at if you want to play Zoo. I'm going to test this in a second. But right now, I personally enjoy the playstyle of this. It's always on. It always has options. It doesn't need to, like Paul Rietzel was saying, it doesn't need to set up to win. It can just win on its own. Unlike, you know, like Delver or Control or things, they need to set up something for themselves to win. This just wins. If the opponent does nothing, it just wins. Unlike those games where the opponent has to do nothing that stops your plan and you have to get the right cards to win. This just wins. I think this is ridiculously good. I think this is underplayed in the meta. I think as long as Grixis Twin and Delver are the top decks, this kills them very, very, very easily, especially when you add the Jamaka's Command into it and you're really playing into the Collected Company. I honestly am now under the belief that this is the best Collected Company deck you can play. Point blank. And that's not even me saying that as a Zoo-ite. My win-lose ratio so far online has been probably around, I win maybe 3 out of every 4 games. That seems correct, about 75% so far. And even when I lose, it's pretty close. It doesn't feel bad. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to test is the small burn zoo. If you guys have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments below. You can go to, and I strongly recommend you go to the MTG Salvation, talk to us on the Zoo thread in the Modern Forum, Modern Sub, and I'll answer there. I also have a huge article about why Classic Zoo doesn't work and how we need to evolve in order to deal with Modern. It's also a good read just if you guys want to learn just more about what I think Modern is going towards, what paths it's taking. Thank you guys, and remember always to feed the animals.